Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV, Man United versus Crystal Palace preview. Guys, I'm so excited. I can't even explain. And look, we know this is going to be a process. This is going to take a while. It's not going to be a 1 week, 2 week thing where we see Man United playing the best football they've ever played. It's going to take a few months, to be honest. It's going to take until probably January for us to really get going under Rangnick's style of football. And this game, look, what is this game? What's this game? Look, we've got Young Boys on Wednesday. And I was thinking earlier on after the Arsenal game, I was thinking, what is he going to do? Is he going to rest players and then, and then rest again on the Young Boys game? No, because this is a league game and we need to win this game. The Young Boys game, we're already through into Champions League. So what he's probably going to do, I'm thinking, is he's probably going to put quite a strong team. I wouldn't be surprised if he puts the team that Oli was playing most of the time. If he puts a Wan-Bissaka in, a Luke Shaw, Maguire and Lindelof, And I have a feeling he will do that because he wants to see where the problems lie. And of course, he's got videos. He knows, he's seen the games. He knows already now. And it's one of the two. He's going to put a team which he saw in the Arsenal game, a similar team around there, where he saw the strength was in the team, especially in the fullbacks, Delo and Tellez. Definitely the strengths there going forward. You can argue are obviously better than Wan-Bissaka, but you could argue a bit better than Luke Shaw as well. Or you can just see a team where Oli and Carrick played most of the season with. Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, McFred, all of that. Now I'm stuck between those two, but if I had to really think about what Rangnick is about, I think he's going to go with the team that he feels will win the game. And look, I think Wan-Bissaka is in a dangerous position. I think in this team, I think Rashford is as well. And Palace, look, what Palace, I think they've lost their last two games, Leeds and Aston Villa. I think they lost to Aston Villa 2-1, and I think they lost to Leeds 1-0. I think it was. So Palace, I think they're mid-table right now. They're 11th. Yeah, they are 11th in the table. When Vieira came in, they won the first few games. They definitely play better right now because they definitely play a bit more. They definitely play more attacking. When Hodgson left, he played more parking the bus type. He played very defensively, and then they would just hit on the break. And with the players they have, Zaha, of course, they get AU and a couple of them, and there, so they have a lot of pace in their front three. But they can be exposed, defensively. They can definitely be exposed. And it's going to be interesting, this game. I'm really excited to see what kind of lineup he goes with. But if I had to give my lineup in terms of what I think he's going to play, I think he's going to go with the team he thinks is going to win. It's a 50-50 for me, but I'm edging a bit more with the players he feels will win the game. And I think he'll play Delo at right back. I think he'll play Luke Shaw at left back. I know Tellez done decent against Arsenal, but I think he'll bring Shaw back in. I think he'll play Lindelof and Maguire. Now the midfield, I think he's going to play a Van de Beek and a Fred. I think he knows what Van de Beek's about. Van de Beek is the player we need in that midfield. And the first couple of games will be telling whether he'll play him or not. And Van de Beek needs game time anyway. He's played a few games. Of course, he's been playing in the Bruno position. And I don't like that. A few games he did come on as a number 8 and he's done very well in that position. And I think we know what he's about, man. He's gonna get the ball forward. He is gonna press. He is gonna be very energetic throughout a game. And we know that's very. It's what we need in this team. We need it with Sancho and Bruno. All these plays. You see when Sancho goes on the right. Sometimes if he doesn't cross, he will cut in and he will play those quick passes with a Bruno or a Van de Beek. And that's what Van de Beek is used to playing at Ajax. He did play that type of football and he could score goals as well, Van de Beek. So I think he's going to play a Fred and a Van de Beek. Of course, Fred as well, another player who can play quick football. We can see it in Fred. He wants to play that type of football, that quick football, energetic, press, high energy football. And that's a midfield, a pair that can do that, you know what I mean? So I think he'll play Fred and Van de Beek. Front three, of course, Bruno. He will definitely play Bruno as well with them. And the front three, I think there's a chance Martial could play. I think it'll be Martial, Ronaldo and Sancho on the right. Don't put Sancho on the left. Sancho is a right winger that we paid for to be a right winger. Rashford, he's moving a bit sus, Rashford. I think, he still needs games, Rashford, but I think there's something not right about him. He's not working as hard. He's not running after the ball when he loses it. It's almost like he's being a bit lazy and his decision making as well. Like we've mentioned before, there are times where he needs to pass and he decides to shoot. He decides to go past the player when there's like 3 players ahead of him. You know what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. But I think Martial will play Ronaldo and Sancho, Ronaldo and Martial. Of course, he mentioned in his interview about players like Martial and Greenwood, and I think these players will get a chance. I feel like Rangnick, you know, this team that he plays against Palace is not going to be a team where he's going to continue to use for the next few weeks and months. I feel like he is going to trial some players in. He is going to use the low and tellers here and there. The Carabao Cup, the Champions League game against Young Boys will be very telling, because I think a lot of players might be, well, not dropped, but rested, because you know, this is a quick turnaround from the Arsenal to the Palace game. So the Young Boys game again, 3 days later. Ronaldo might be dropped, which is a shame, because Ronaldo, I think he'll be, if he was to score against Young Boys, he would be the second player to score in every game in the group stage of a Champions League. So, but it is what it is. He needs to be rested anyway. So I think a lot of players will come in. I think Lingard will come in, Martial, of course, Van de Beek. You can argue some of the younger players, maybe Diallo will come in. You know, these players will come in. So I think that's the team who's going to play against Palace. Now, Palace definitely play better football now, like I mentioned before. They definitely play more attacking. Zaha is always a problem there, you know, and I'm worried about him against our defence. You know, he can bully our defence. But you know what? Last season, I remember a game. I think it was the second game. I think it was away from home. We played Palace. I think it was around March. We played them, and it was an absolutely terrible game. One of the worst games I've seen us play. No creativity. Kept losing the ball. I remember that game was absolutely dreadful. But look, we're at home. Palace's away record, I think their away record is slightly better than their home form. I'm not completely sure, but I think that they've scored some goals away from home. Vieira's doing a decent job right now, to be completely fair, but we need to win this game, and that's why I think he's going to go with a strong team. Van de Beek, Fred, Sancho, Bruno, you know, these are players who are going to benefit with his type of football, high press football, and let's be honest, he's not going to go straight in with it. You know, I highly doubt Rangnick is going to put them, okay, press. He's not going to do that. He's going to have to trial and error. You know, he's going to have to play players to see how they react to it. Now, of course, players like Ronaldo and Cavani. Cavani already presses by himself, but that's why he gets injured so much, in my opinion. But I think these players will get used to that system. And as we saw, Ronaldo does press against Arsenal. He did press a lot. He did track back, more so in the second half. Ronaldo's going to score a lot of goals, man. You know, he did have a few opportunities against Arsenal, but we've seen 80% of these games this season, he's scored in games where he didn't have many opportunities to score. So with Rangnick's system, with that high press, with that quick football, you know that story about the timer where by the time you win back the ball, you see how long. I think it's 8 seconds, or you have 8 to 10 seconds to get the ball in the back of the net, and these things are going to be very valuable to us, because players like Sancho and Ronaldo, and you can argue even a midfielder like Van de Beek, who is going to go up and he's not going to be afraid to get himself in the box to get those opportunities to score, and these players will benefit from that. So I'm excited for that. Now, I don't know when Varane's back. It's a shame, because we're missing Varane. You know, I feel we're still conceding goals. So look, composure, goal threat, press, energy, positional sense, zonal marking, everything, you know, all of these things, you know, even against Arsenal, there were players, you know, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, these players were making runs and they weren't being marked, you know, Maguire, Lindelof, they were decent in that game, but there were times there where, you know, Arsenal could have scored, you know, Aubameyang, of course, he had 2 good opportunities to score and he missed. You know, so I'm excited for it. I'm so excited, guys. Let me know what you guys think. My prediction for this game, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm going to say, but then again, you know, this is only one game. Rangnick is not going to implement this system where we're instantly defending amazingly and attacking. And I think in terms of attack, we will score goals, because essentially we've been scoring goals this season in a bad system. So imagine under Rangnick's system, it's going to make a complete difference. But yeah, I would say Rangnick is going to make a big difference in this squad. And I feel like against Palace, we will score some goals. They can be exposed. At home, come on, man. I think we're going to score about 3 goals. I think we could see 3 goals. But I'm going to go 4-2. I'm going to go 4-2. 4-2. I'm going to go 4-2, because I feel like, you know, even though he's come in, Maguire, Lindelof, depending on the partnership he uses, we could get exposed. And I feel like Bailly needs to give given a chance, and I think every player will be given a chance on a Rangnick. So let's see what happens, guys. Let me know your opinion. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.